So, thank you so much. I don't know where to begin. But thank you, Parag, for that very, very generous introduction and for exaggerating many of those qualities. So, I prepared, as Parag instructed me, I prepared a half-hour lecture, you said? So, first I want to let everyone know about the infirmary. We're moving into a state-of-the-art building later this month. Thanks to the hard work of Dean Rosenblatt, Dr. Chan, Dr. Patton, many other people around the tables here. But also want to recognize, really, this is where I got my start. Dr. Elmer Chu, Dr. Joel Sugar, who's not with us tonight, they're the ones who took me in, and they're the one who really raised me as a corneal specialist. So thanks to both of you. I think Elmer's actually younger than me. Go to the next slide, please. So, as Parag mentioned, really, Eversight is very interested in research, and they have actually a grant program. It's a seed grant program for young investigators as they're getting started. So, I was one of the beneficiaries of a seed grant. And the grant that I got from them, back then it was called Midwest IMAGs, was $15,000. And that $15,000 grew, that same project led to $1 million grant funding, and that $1 million led to $6.5 million of funding so far. And I think we're about halfway there, so hopefully we're continuing to grow from that. I can click to the next one. Yeah, and basically the research that we're doing is on stem cells that we can isolate from the cornea, and these are now we're fortunate to be in clinical trials that we're testing in patients to improve the outcomes of transplantation and healing on the surface of the eye. Next slide, please. So, a question that's always been on my mind is what does Eversight do to be so successful? What's their secret? Why do I like Eversight so much? So I had to do a little bit of research. And what better place to go than to go online? So we can go to the next slide, please. So these are honestly the first 3 pictures, group pictures that I found of Eversight. And I started to study them. Now, you guys notice, maybe it's something that's obvious to anyone, but it took me a while to realize this. I looked at the distribution of the genders in these photos. I think the one on here is like 8-to-1 or 9-to-1. Over here is 5-to-1, and up there is like 15-to-1, something like that. So then I realized that's their secret. It's an organization that's run by women. So tonight I really want to salute all the great women and a few men at Eversight. And more in general, really, all the women are women of vision tonight. Kathy Pacone, we will meet very soon. And a very special woman in my life, my wife, Mona. So, but to be more serious, really, what we're talking about here really goes beyond whether you're woman, man, or gender neutral, or race, or none of those matter, really. Ultimately, it's what's brought all of us here tonight, which is what makes us so special as human beings, which is doing something and giving something to others, many times with people that we don't even know or we may never ever meet. And that's whether it's through eye donation, eye banking, or philanthropy, or education, clinical care. So that's what ultimately is what's brought us all here. And as a final word, I want to go to the next slide, please. Since we have Dr. Paul Chan, really, our chair, is an expert in global ophthalmology, a leader. Still, only about 1 out of 70 people who require cornea transplantation worldwide have access to tissue. And we have a visiting cornea specialist from Thailand who just told me that the wait list for a cornea transplant in Thailand is 4 years because of lack of tissue. So, again, tonight, it's great to have everybody here and the energy and the dedication of everyone here. And I know together we can make Eversight and all go further and make a bigger dent in this unmet need that we have for tissue donation and tissue for transplantation. And with that, I want to thank everyone again for coming here tonight and for choosing me.